I'm Tyrone, and you now tuning into the Hill Stevens podcast. Because if you ain't tuning in, I'm fucking your girl, long dick style, and that's non-negotiable.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your WWE Crown Jewel 2021 pay-per-view review. I would normally go live after these reviews, but I was live for almost 4 hours and change over at True Heel Heat, over their channel. We did a live watch along. I want to thank Romeo and SP3 for having me on. I had fun. And during it, I was like, you know what? I just can't go live after that. I'll be blown out. So I decided to do a recording for the one time, like old times, if you will. So I hope you're enjoying this. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, share, what have you. But again, do subscribe because you'll be notified whenever I upload or go live like I usually would on Sundays for Around the Point. But overall for me, this show, listen, I know a lot of you out there have your point of views with WWE, you know, being in bed with Saudi Arabia, right? Receiving all this blood money. I get it. I understand. You know, normally I don't watch these shows. I don't. But I decided, you know what? Julio, he hit me up. Let's do this watch along. Fuck it. Why not, right? And I was going to watch it anyway because I said, you know, this card looks stacked. It does. And this show, after watching and all that stuff, I think I'm not in the minority when I say this is probably the best Saudi show the WWE has done. And for the people that were there, you know, you can tell they were really into this shit. You know, just like us for a year and change, you know, we didn't have, you know, people in the buildings. We had to watch from home on a computer screen, the Thunderdome, empty performance center, you name it, right? And when we got that first show with the crowd, the people that were in that building went ape shit, right? Remember that on SmackDown? And for Saudi Arabia, they had to go through the same shit. And for them, you know, again, you know for a fact that they already know that WWE is going to give them the special treatment. And boy, do they every single time. And to see that again, not knowing when it'll happen again, was just for them like WrestleMania. This is the closest shit they'll ever get to having WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. And I thought this was the best one out of all of them. If, again, give me your thoughts in the comment thread. Your thoughts, what was your favorite match, all that fun stuff. I want to hear from you guys in the comment threads, what have you. Or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. So I didn't watch the kickoff. I did not. All right. But I did hear that it was the Usos versus the Hurt Business. I think that was the match. If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. But yeah, it was the Usos versus the Hurt Business. And the Usos, I guess, got the win. So there's that. We kicked off with the Hell in a Cell, which I was kind of like, what? But I get it. They're back in Saudi Arabia in front of this crowd. You want them to go crazy right out of the gate. That was the match to do it with. For Seth Rollins, you think about it, this is his redemption. You remember the last time he was in a Hell in a Cell? It was terrible. You all remember that, right? And for Edge, hey, you know, he's been here before. You know, I will say this. I've been enjoying their build-up. You know, I thought their match at SummerSlam was great. I was there at MSG for their amazing match that they had on SmackDown. And watching it here, Hell in a Cell, it's a blood feud. And they made it personal when Rollins went over to Edge's house. So I've enjoyed all of this. I've been enjoying it. And I thought they went out there and tore the house down. And it's like, all right, follow that. And I thought the women did the triple threat, obviously. But with this, they went back and forth, near fall. There's a moment when Rollins on the top rope and Edge just throws him, and Rollins goes face first into the cell onto the table. Bump of the year, in my opinion. They kicked out of each other's finishers, obviously. There was weapons used. And eventually was all said and done. There's a moment, obviously, before I go into that part, where Rollins had the chain tied up on his boot, kind of like SummerSlam, if you guys remember that too. Just back and forth. Bravo to both guys. But when it was all said and done, Edge got the win after hitting the curb stomp onto a chair, going back to all the way 2014 when Edge threatened to curb stomp Edge. When Rollins threatened to curb stomp Edge and all that stuff. I'm not even going to edit this. We're going to go right into it as it is uploaded to YouTube. So there was that. But again, amazing performance by both guys. Think about this too. They're both going to Raw. If you're Seth Rollins, I mean, where do you go from here? You know what I mean? If you're Seth Rollins, I would have said, hey, maybe after Survivor Series, because you know that they're going to do Big E and Brock or what have you, or Big E and Roman, obviously now, that they're going to probably do after that Rollins and Big E. That's my belief here. Or not Edge one, maybe even Edge as well. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing a Rollins and Damian Priest program since they're both on Monday Night Raw. That's just me, of course. But for Edge, I don't know. I mean, if he's gonna be on Raw consistently after this, I'm sure he's gonna take time off, be with his family, and all that stuff. So we'll see. But it's crazy to see Edge still doing the damn thing at his age. Awesome to see. From there, we go on to the next match on the card. We had Mustafa Ali versus Monsoor. Listen, you guys already know the vibe. All right, they're in Saudi Arabia. Monsoor gonna be made like a big deal, even though in reality he's not. And for Ali, let's be honest here, you're there to do a job. You're there to basically put over this guy, make him look like $1 million, even though really he's not. I'll say this, Monsoor has improved from what I've seen. Okay. I remember a couple of years ago, they're hyping up that he was undefeated in WWE. I'm pretty sure in Saudi Arabia, whatever they get fed, right? Oh, Monsoor is a big deal, right? Part of me believes that come next year, Monsoor will become an Intercontinental Champion or a U.S. Champion. He's going to win it in Saudi Arabia. That's my prediction. But again, for Ali, you know, hey, you're there to do a job. And I did hear that he was going to donate the money that he made here to a charity. That's, again, commendable. That's fine. He can do what he wants with his money. But that was it. Again, a back and forth match. Monsoor got the win, obviously, at the end of it. He got his ass kicked by Ali. Then out of nowhere, out came, I guess, this like Olympian, Taraj Hamadi, an Olympian from Saudi Arabia. I guess he won the silver medal, and he basically kicked Ali's head off to help Monsoor to his feet. And there you go with that. I mean, again, I know a lot of us are not going to give a fuck who is this Olympian, what have you. But for that audience, they were into it. And that was cool to see. And where does Monsoor go from here? I don't know. Back to catering, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. But for Ali, it's like you're wondering when is his deal going to end? Because he deserves better than what he's given. I commend them for trying to make it work. You know, they gave him retribution, and he took it as far as he could. It didn't really pay off. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with these two guys, especially with Ali and all that stuff. From there, we go to RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Almost for the Raw Tag Team titles. This match, to me, honestly, felt like your match on Monday Night Raw. Honestly, the highlight of all this was the entrance of Riddle and Orton. Riddle came out in a camel. That's all I can say about this. But it was all said and done. RK Bro did get the win. I did think that Styles and Almost were going to get the win. But at the same time, let me just say this, okay? For Randy Orton, he's enjoying this run. I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, I want Orton to be a singles guy. No, bro. If you're Randy Orton right now, you're counting that merch money. You are counting that merch money from all the RK Bro shirt that they're making right now. For AJ Styles, yes, he's trying to put someone over here in Omos, give him some credibility, but it's like, honestly, he deserves better than what the fuck they're having him do. I'm pretty sure, again, with Big E being WWE champion, you're gonna want to feed him some bodies, and why not have someone like AJ, you know, have a program with Big E again down the road. But we'll see what happens with that. But obviously, RK Bro got the win. There's that. From there, we go on to the finale of the women's Queen of the Ring, the Queen's Crown, Doudrop versus Zelina Vega. They gave these women 5 minutes and change. 5 minutes and change. For what it was worth. Okay? Listen, I know a lot of people, a lot of the women in the community are upset with this tournament, and I get it. I'm on your side, okay? Believe it, mama. I'm on your sides, all right? But that being said, let's just call it like it is, okay? Zelina Vega, okay, outside of Sasha, Becky, and Bianca, and the referee, the female referee, out of those four women, right? Outside of those four women, Zelina Vega and Doudrop agreed to the trip to Saudi Arabia. That's what it was. No problem traveling out of the country to Saudi Arabia, what have you. For Zelina Vega, let's be honest here, you know, ever since her return to WWE, she's been eating plates and plates of diarrhea. Plates of it. Remember the SmackDown of 9/11 weekend, right? New York, she was supposed to have a match. It got cut. The tag team match they had the week after, it was a disaster. And she's been eating L after L after L. Doudrop, let's be honest here, is there, but it's just not, it wasn't going to happen, okay? So if you're WWE, knowing that, hey, Zelina has gone through all this crap, let's throw her a win, let's throw her a bone. That's what it was. And the right person, even though she has me blocked on Twitter, it's fine, it is what it is. Congratulations. I feel like the right person got the win. Queen Zelina, and I think she's going to make it work. This heel character, her now being the queen, she's going to make it work. Now, I know she does cosplay. If I can make one request, her doing a cosplay of Astronema. If you guys watched Power Rangers in Space back in the day, you would get the reference. But that was it. That was as good as it's going to get. So there you go with Zelina Vega being the queen of the Queen's Crown, the first one, what have you. Again, you wish WWE would do better. I agree 100%. Do better with your women's division. Do better. Completely, again, just a shit tournament. Let's be real about it. This tournament was a shit tournament. Okay? 100%. But at the end of the day, there's some, I guess, light at the end of the tunnel if you're Zelina Vega. So we'll see what happens going on from here. So from there, we get Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley. A match that's no holds bar. And I'll say this. Out of all the Goldberg matches in Saudi Arabia, this is probably his best one. But it doesn't really say much. Because if you remember, in the lead up to the match, the lead up, Goldberg said he's going to find ways to kill Bobby Lashley. He didn't even do that. Like, you knew going in that Bobby was not going to win. You knew going in that Bill Goldberg was going to get revenge as a pissed off parent for what Bobby Lashley did at SummerSlam. When Goldberg's son, Gage, got involved, what have you. That being said, you know, with all this talk of him going, you know, MVP and Lashley, oh, bring your son to Saudi Arabia, I feel like his son would have gone. But remember, it's a school night. I'm sure he has school tomorrow, so there's that. So there's that. The match for what it was, I wasn't big on it. I commend Goldberg for, you know, I commend Bobby Lashley and Goldberg, obviously, but I commend Bobby for, you know what, taking it for the team. And obviously, yeah, Goldberg got the win. Goldberg hit a jackhammer. Which was crazy to see. Again, he hit it right. He didn't hurt Bobby. I was like, oh my God, because during the match, Goldberg was selling his knee. So it's like, oh shit, he's really gonna. And now, for what it was worth, the Hurt Business got involved too. And when it was all said and done, Goldberg got the win. And yeah, got revenge for his son and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, from there, we go to the King of the Ring final. We go Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. I thought the match for what it was worth. Nothing to go crazy about. Nothing to really, you know, to go insane as far as them having a match. Let's be real about it, okay? As far as the King of the Ring match, I thought it was cool to see finally two guys that are baby faces going at it in the finale. That was great. If you're Finn Balor, yeah, you needed the win because we all remember what happened the last time you were in the ring. As far as something big happened, you fucking, for whatever reason, broke the top rope with your weight. I don't know how the fuck you did that, but it happened at the last pay-per-view. Extreme Rules against Roman Reigns. So you kind of do need a win. if you're Xavier Woods, listen, this is your dream. I get it, to have the King of the Ring as, what have you. But let's be real about it. What was he going to do winning the crown? What was he going to do? I get it. It's his dream, what have you. At the same time, you think about it. If you're the New Day, yeah, Kofi had his moment 2 years ago. Big E had his moment a couple of weeks ago when he won the WWE title. So you got to give, I guess, Xavier his moment. If you're WWE, hey, listen, thank you for giving us up, up, down, down. We're going to give you King of the Ring. The right person, I felt honestly didn't win, because I feel like Balor needed the win because, again, what I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, they wanted to give Xavier his moment. I kind of wish they let them speak, both winners, but I'm sure they're going to give their coronation for Xavier tomorrow on SmackDown and for Zelina on Raw on Monday. They might do that. So, yeah. Xavier was got the win. So, there you go with that. But Finn Balor, maybe a heel turn, a little heel turn, if you will. Even though him as a heel is kind of hit and miss. But we'll see what they do with Finn Balor coming out of this. From there, we go to the WWE title match. We had Big E defending the championship versus Drew McIntyre. I thought they had a very good match for what it was worth. You knew going in Drew wasn't winning. You knew that already. But they gave you thought, oh shit, he might win. Big E ate a Claymore kick from out of fucking nowhere and got a near fall. But again, when it's all said and done, Drew, as you all know, is going to SmackDown, doing the honors on the way out, putting over Big E, and Big E is still the WWE champion. Rightfully so. It would have been crazy. Can you imagine the outrage that would have happened in Saudi Arabia? Again, I'm sure for the Saudis, it's great that, yeah, a new champion, they're seeing it live, what have you. But in the States, oh my God, they would have been eaten alive. But when it's all said and done, Big E wins. He endorses McIntyre as Drew's leaving the ring. I respect you, this and that. Like I did say before, a Survivor Series is going to be, Brock, my bad, it's going to be Roman versus Big E from the looks of it. Had they not done that 6-man tag on Raw a couple of weeks ago, I would have rather seen the New Day versus the Bloodline. So there's that too. But sometimes you don't get what you want. And from there, we go to the triple threat, Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. I thought this was the match of the night. Hands down. Bianca Belair is a special talent. She really, really is. Just how, think about it. Dare I say this right now? I personally think Bianca Belair is the best result to come out of the Performance Center. She is the best story to come out of the Performance Center. Hands down. Someone that they made from scratch, right? Someone who didn't go on the independent scene. She didn't go to Japan. She picked it up after college. And look at her now. It's fucking amazing. And again, we're talking about fantasy booking here, right? Imagine, if it's ever possible, Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. Shut up and take my fucking money. Imagine Thunder Rosa versus Sasha Banks. Shut up and take my money. Dare I say, hell, even, Becky Lynch versus Hikaru Shida. Shut up and take my money. Again, just these fantasy matches. They won't happen because of contractual reasons. But these three women went out there and just killed it. I know during the stream, they were saying that it's probably better than Sasha versus Bianca from WrestleMania. It's up. I mean, it's up there. It's going to give it a run for its money. But again, this match was just fucking amazing. There's a moment where they both, like, Bianca is locked in the Disarmer and the bank statement and finds a way to counter out of this shit. It has both women literally on her shoulders and shit and just drops them both. But when it was all said and done, Becky Lynch stole the win, grabbed a handful of tights, and is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, as you guys know, Charlotte Flair is the Raw Women's Champion. Charlotte's going to SmackDown. I'm pretty sure we're going to get tomorrow the title swap. They're not going to do anything to unify this belt, which I think it should. In my humble opinion, it should be, unified. That's just me. But they won't do it because they just won't. So, yeah, that's probably what we're getting tomorrow. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So yeah, we're probably gonna get still Bianca versus Becky because they got to give you that match for whatever reason. And there's that. I mean, for Sasha Banks, I don't know what's next for her now. Where does she go from here? I mean, you're not gonna just do a program with just Becky or just I mean, you're not gonna go back to Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Holy crap! Hell no. I don't need to see that shit again. I'm good. I've seen that so many times already. But we'll see. But for Bianca, likely on Raw with Becky for the Raw Women's title. There you go. Why not? And from there, we go on to the main event. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. The big question in this match is, what side was Paul Heyman on? And that was the big question here. And I thought, honestly, Brock has his new look, right? He has the fucking rat tail coming out of his head. I figured, okay, we're going to get a new attire, a new Brock Lesnar, right? I pictured, him in blue jeans, cowboy boots, the fucking vest, what have you. Nope. MMA Brock Lesnar again. Looked badass. It was a fine match for what it was worth. It didn't go long. Just good back and forth action here. I did say this on the stream, when Brock was on the offense on Roman, it reminded me a lot, the story of, hey, here's Roman giving this beating to all these people that he's beaten, Jey Uso, Bryan, Cesaro, Balor, right? You name it, right? Mysterio. And here's Brock dishing it back to Roman. Oh, how does it feel now to be on the receiving end of all this shit? Right? There's a moment where Brock has Roman on the F5. The referee goes out. The Usos get involved. There's the belt that's being used as well. And Roman Reigns, with all this, finds a way to win. Before even that, there's a moment where Paul Heyman is in this, like, what does he do? So he throws the Universal title in the middle of the ring, and they're both doing the tug of war. It brings you back to 2015. But after that, what I mentioned before, the Usos getting involved and Roman getting the win. Roman Reigns retains. And that was it. He retains his championship. The question here goes, obviously, where do they go from here? What happens next? Well, obviously, at Survivor Series, we're gonna get Roman Reigns and Big E. Here's the thing about it. You could have gone two ways with this. You could have gone, obviously, the Roman and Big E match. What that does is it takes you back to the whole Bloodline versus New Day storyline, right? Had you gone Big E and Brock, is Big E trying to avenge the loss from Kofi Kingston from 2019 when Brock beat him in like 9 seconds or 6 seconds, whatever the fuck it was, for the WWE title. But nonetheless, I look forward to seeing SmackDown tomorrow. Look forward to seeing Raw and see how they build up now to Survivor Series. Again, I thought this show was probably the best Saudi show that they've done. I know a lot of you, again, still are in this whole thing where you refuse to watch. It is what it is. Fine. But I thought this show was pretty good. Give me your comments down below, your thoughts on the show. What was your match of the show? If you want the best match of the show. All that fun stuff, let me know. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.